But okay, I'll get this together. Typically, like it's $150 to install toilet. Okay. And then my hourly rate is $85 an hour. Okay. So then to plumb the other two, probably 2 hours.
Woke up this morning, I didn't give a fuck. Took the first sip of my coffee, and I knew I still didn't give a fuck. It's a beautiful morning, and guess what? I don't give a fuck.
Okay, I want to find out at a level of 7. Okay, so I find that level on my graph, so I come horizontally to my gradient line. Where it intersects with my gradient line, I'm going to come straight down to where it intersects with my fuck around line. Now there is going to tell me how much I have to fuck around to find out what I need to find out. See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out. And also, if you stay down here and you never fuck around, you will never find out. I hope this lesson is helpful. Thank you.
What up, y'all? What's happening with it? All right, so I switched the computers here. I'm on a completely different computer. Give me some feedback on the technical side of things. I got a new webcam. I don't know how that looks. Is it, you know, I didn't mess with the lighting. Some people were complaining about the lighting. Everybody complains about something. It's wild. You know, everybody has like I have some like top-notch production over here at White Boy Radio. We don't have it, and I can't, you know, succumb to everybody's, you know, requests. Sometimes I put the light on, sometimes I don't. I'm focused right now on like the lagging side of things and volume. If you could give me some feedback on that. Cool. That really makes me happy because I've been really getting frustrated with my own shit, to be honest with you. I don't like guys when it lags. I don't like any of that. You know, it's not that I'm ignoring it, and I've said this a million times, but because there's still people who don't seem to understand. I have really bad reception in just a hole in my area, like literally like the local politicians run on that. Run on we don't have fiber optic cords, not in this area, right? The ones that go, so all that stuff, like politicians locally, they run on, oh, you know, they run with these promises about the internet. That's how much of a serious issue it is in my area. So the only thing I think the only way I think to get around it is probably getting Starlink, which I'm trying to do, but it's hard to finance when you have people bringing you to court for restraining orders and mannequins. Literally, the mannequin was in the restraining order. Y'all, listen, I don't like to ask. You guys know. I already posted about it. You guys know how I am, man. I don't ask my subs for shit. I try not to. But man, I still got to give this lawyer some bread come Monday, right? This shit was not cheap, okay? Now, it's completely frustrating. I hate to say that live. I hate to say that. I hate to admit it. It is frustrating. This has cost me some money. Okay, what did I do? I'm raising awareness for domestic violence, and I want people to understand grasp the whole concept here. Just so you understand, next week I will be in a courtroom that has it's this thing is filed in a domestic violence setting. This is what's happening, people. I didn't put my hands on any women. I didn't hit Magnolia. But I'm going to court next week. Okay, I want you guys to understand. I'm going to court next week for what you've all viewed. Talk to the lawyer. The game plan is legal, and makes a lot of sense. He told me how he told me a lot of things, but and I don't want to give it away because people are trying to modify stuff and what have you, and they're getting denied. Unfortunately, they're getting denied. You have to stand on what you said. Unfortunately, you're gonna have to stand on those things, and so I'll show you that momentarily. But the body cam footage came out for Magnolia through the Plunder's FOIA request, and it's we have literally police footage here now, people. Okay, but look, I don't like saying it. I don't like asking. It's frustrating. Do my subscribers, are they responsible for my court fees? No, they're not. Nobody owes me nothing, first and foremost. But man, if people can just put a couple bucks, it would help, man. This shit has cost me. And again, I don't like that because I still haven't even sent this to the lawyer, but we have social media posts where this was the intention. People are going to spend money. This was the intention. And I'll have you know, I have been kind of off the internet for the last couple of days. I have been off the Twitters and I've been off the YouTubes. You haven't seen me post for a couple of days. And that's because it's frustrating. I don't want to hear people tell me, oh, well, you can just go at them and get the money back after this is all done. No, you can't. Again, if you didn't catch the part where I said this is domestic violence court, people, this is the reality of the situation. I didn't hit Magnolia. I didn't commit any domestic violence. I advocated for her. I raised awareness. I talked to people on the street with Nerdy Addict. We talked to many people. What's up, Nerdy? I'm going to drop the link for you here right now. And the person that I was with, Nerdy, we got communication from the sheriff's office. We got the okay to go out there. This guy was on the side of an attack just a few days later, right? And, it is wild, okay? But I don't like asking, man, but look, if you guys could help out, this shit has been expensive. I gotta pay this lawyer. I gotta pay the rest of him on Monday. Nerdy, I'm dropping that for you. That's for Nerdy Addict. I gotta pay the rest of his fee Monday. I really want to kind of go into the attack mode, how this is going to happen, but I'm not going to do it because here's what I can tell you. And when all this is over, I'll show you it and more. People are watching everything over here on this channel. People have their eyes glued, and we love it. We don't mind it, right? So hit the like and subscribe while you're at it. But what's up, bro? Let me hit some comments. What's going on? All right, just getting ready for court. We got this coming up week.
Yeah, I just want to jump in and I feel maybe partially responsible a little bit. Like you and I both went and we exercised our God-given American freedoms to protest, and now watching you have to defend yourself in court, like weaponizing the court system, and like I have never been comfortable asking people for money on my own channel, but I wanted to come on tonight and advocate on your behalf, because when it comes to helping someone stand up against what many here may view as like intimidation and bullying through the legal system, I truly believe that people deserve the chance to support that fight if they choose to. And look, at the end of the day, we're all sitting here on a Friday. I know what it cost to go to the movies, right? Typically $14 to $18 a ticket. You got your popcorn, you got your soda. You're not walking out of there for less than 40 to 50 bucks. And the amount of entertainment that you give folks and a little drama and, for $10 a person, like to support you, like you have like 500 people in here. If 1/5 of those people donated tonight, $10, $5, you would be well on your way. And, I know that nobody likes asking for money. I see people in the comments are, oh, this is the first time I'm joining your channel and you're asking for money. That's not your typical show. And that's not what you typically do. In fact, you go against grifters and people that do that. There's people that make it their lifestyle to ask for money every single day on YouTube. And I know that you're not one of them. And so I just want to advocate on your behalf because I think it's important. I think, going into court by yourself is interesting and many people do it, but he's got a lawyer. And I think that you should go in there with a lawyer and you could simply say, like, at the end of the day, I always tell people, like, you're not dating the guy, right? But on principle and fundamentally, you should be able to do what you did without fear of someone weaponizing the court system. So I am hoping people donate. I will be sending you 10 or 20 bucks tonight myself, maybe more. We'll see what we can scrounge up here, but I think it's important. So
I appreciate it, Nerdy. I really do. It's wild that what you said, you're not dating him. It's crazy because I literally had a conversation with the lawyer the other day, and he said those exact words with a lot of other stuff. But yeah, it's expensive, dude. That day that we went out there, just to see, I'm not going to be forced to be silenced. It is painful to ask people for money. It's embarrassing. I work. But at the same time, this is all like, there's nothing more than what people saw. Like there's no hidden agenda here. People saw us out there, to say and have to be on the other side of these crazy, untruthful lies is wild, man. It's so weird having to explain, like, to a lawyer, like, if everybody watching this can just, think about this for a second. I have to explain, like, Guinness Book of World Records, and there's judges who have blocked said person from ever filing, tried to say there was doctor photos, then here comes the arrest. It's all right there. I mean, there's so much hearsay. It's unreal anyhow with the whole packet. But we're looking like this is going to get dismissed, demolished. Hopefully, hey, look, there's a probability that this guy could do just what you said. People can witness what they saw out there. People can, use the courts, and I could get a restraining order, from in a county I don't even reside in. But it's tough, man. It is. I appreciate you guys. I see there's super chats coming in. Thank you, Kim. Not your cup of tea. Another realm. Mods, can you please drop Nerdy's link? Nerdy, are you modded up?
No, I'm not modded up, but I just another point. Like, I'm not. People in the thank you, Mermaid Mary, people that have supported me are sending you super chats, and I appreciate that. By the time, I don't know if people realize this, by the time you and I traveled out there to protest, to do something legally, right? And for me, I'm going to speak for me, choosing to do something legally is a big change for me because I fought my entire life. From the age of 15 when I ran away, I didn't always do things legally, right? So for us to make that decision to say, we're going to do this the right way. We're going to do it the legal way. We're going to work with the sheriff's department to do this the right way. But that's not all we did, right? You spent gas money to get out there. I spent gas money to get out there. It wasn't a 20-minute drive. Like I drove 3 hours to get over there. You drove quite a distance. I bought a lawn chair. Like we spent our time out there. So before this even came about with these legal issues, you give to your viewers on a daily basis. Like I don't do this on my channel. And I haven't said this ever publicly, but every day that you provide content, you're giving your time and money to the people that tune in. And certainly there's super chats and stuff like that. But you know, people don't realize that this other side of doing social media, I've been on the flip side of this where I defaulted. Someone tried suing me. It cost me $2,500 out of pocket. I never asked for a penny, but people have families. People have other things that are a priority, especially with the cost of living these days, just going grocery shopping. So again, I am happy to advocate. Again, it's not a whole lot of money from each person. Yeah, Jim, if Jim may send a donation tonight. But you know, $10 from each person, $5 from each person with the amount of viewers that you have in here. I think you get there quicker. And you go into court with some peace of mind, right? You have a lawyer who can help you out here. And you don't want a win like this from JLR, because he's going to, if he wins this, he's going to do this to other people, thinking he can silence criticism, freeze criticism. And you just don't want that. So that's all I'll say.
I appreciate it very much, man. Thank you, Nerdy. I modded you up as well when you were talking.
I appreciate that. Eva sent over $50. Half of that will be from me, so I will make sure I PayPal her. But we appreciate the support for White Boy Radio. I've been on, like I said, I've been on this social media adventure for 5 years, and it's not always butterflies and roses, y'all. Like sometimes you have to step up and advocate for yourself. And sometimes that means, you know, I'm always of the mind that the best place to find a helping hand is at the end of your own arm. That's the way I was raised. That's the way I've grown up. But sometimes it's okay to ask for help. And I think this is a good cause to ask your viewers for help tonight. So,
yeah, man, I appreciate that. And I'm going to get into that too, guys. Like, it's crazy. I have friends that have had legal situations on YouTube, and I've seen them, you know, raise money for their lawyers and stuff. I never asked for anybody coming in here talking about I'm asking for money. Just block mods, just block them. That is apps. You got life all the way twisted. That's not what I do, man, at all. This is not cheap, y'all. And just so y'all know, I had a referral, and there was supposed to be like a set price, but without getting too much into it, like at the fourth quarter, Mr. Rick, he wanted a flat fee, and you know, it's just, I don't listen to be. You guys saw what happened out there. We're just raising awareness for domestic violence. That is it. We try to you know, have some jokes out there, try to make it, like, you know, entertaining. I didn't have to hire a lawyer, but this is a big issue. I believe, man, and I'm gonna stay with this because it's so frustrating for me. Like, I do not like these courts being weaponized for YouTube channels. You are, guys, you've seen it in this community multiple times, and people are doing this. There's about 4 ongoing things like this that I know off the top of my head, and people are doing it. And I got to be honest with you, the courts aren't really hip to our you know, our space. They're not hip to like the social media stuff. Yeah, we're speaking about judges and lawyers. They're very educated, but it's just a different setting, man. And this has become like something I want to try to stop. Despite whatever happens, I can't stand that YouTubers doing this, because at the end of the day, people have huge egos, and their feeties get hurt, right? You can't be taking people to court. This is like something the guy in North Korea would do. You silence you, right? There's so much I can say right now. There's so many desperation attempts, right, that have been tried that you guys don't even know about, right? There have, not only am I having to face this, but people are trying to amend things, fix the things that they said and claimed. It's getting denied. You know, it's crazy. And it's just tough. So yeah, everybody, y'all, I'm not going to ask everybody. I see a lot of donations coming in, and I appreciate it. If you guys have if you guys can, if you can do it, right? If you can, send a few bucks. That's all I'm asking for, a few bucks.
If not, please share the links or share the
And,
information.
for folks that don't know, first of all, super chats are appreciated. So I'm gonna commit to this because I don't think a lot of people know how social media works, or YouTube at least. YouTube super chats are great, but Matt doesn't get that money until the 21st. So any super chats that are coming through tonight, Matt, I will cover $300 of it. So any super chats that come in up to that amount, I will give you the $300 on Monday as a loan until the 21st, until YouTube pays you. Is that cool? Because I know people are donating through super chats. I think the preferred way for Matt, because to get this money over on Monday,
Thank you.
is the two links that you're putting out there: PayPal, Cash App, or the GoFundMe. Because there are ways that he can withdraw immediately. YouTube money and funds won't get to his pocket until the 21st. So just wanted to clarify. The second thing I just want to quickly say is, look at the karma, man. Like, so the same court where an injunction was filed, they now can go to their own record system and see that domestic violence charges were filed against the same individual that filed an injunction against you. And that's karma, man. You know, and I see that motion that was denied. We're assuming that the only person that could have come from was JLR. And I think that's all karma in your favor.
Yes, and what's he speaking about is it's public record that you can see the case history. I guess I'm going to put it on the screen here in a little bit, guys. But the case history of what I'm going to court for, you know, it looks like there was a motion to amend. Is that what it was? Is that what it said? Amend?
Yes.
Motion to amend, right? No.
Motion to modify.
Modify. So. Yeah, so a motion to modify was denied, and here's what I could tell everybody: I don't have anything to, you know, when me and the lawyer go in, we're going to be debunking claims, right? I don't have to modify or change anything, but people are, you know, people are getting crazy, and they feel as though, you know, people, when you lie, hey, you have to stand on this. You know, it's all it's you know, you have to stand on these claims, unfortunately. But and it's being seen through without even being in the courtroom. Thank you, Eva. Miss Denise, thank you so much. I'm gonna get to these super chats now, guys. I appreciate it. $10. He never asked for money here. I never asked for money. It's killing. This has been expensive, guys. I gotta be honest with you. I didn't realize it was going to be this much money. I'm too like into this to just say. Then I have people in my ear saying, Matt, you don't need a lawyer. Go in there yourself. Well, here's the reality of the situation. The reality of the situation is, when you go in there and the other side, if you go in there without a lawyer and the other side has a lawyer, they tend to go with the person with the lawyer. That's just my opinion on it. No, I cannot file anything after this is done and get any money back. This is, guys, this is domestic violence court. Okay, the absolute weird irony in that.
I was in shock.
Yeah, I was pissed.
I'm thinking like you're missing court, or I'm sorry, work. You're twice. I mean, like for fraudulent, nonsensical bullshit, and then this idiot sits there and is like, I don't care because you're wasting your money.
Yeah. So in Florida, in the state of Florida, you cannot go after somebody for, you know, let's just say I had to spend $20,000 here, which I did not. But, you know, just a ballpark number. You can't get that. You cannot get that money back. It's not. You
because
can't.
It's a domestic violence case.
And domestic violence, you know, come on, guys, domestic violence. Sherry says, I hope this helps, Matt. I appreciate it. Nerdy, I really appreciate you guys doing that, you and Eva. Okay, I'll say it again. I got a lot of new members. Grandmother's Rule.
They sure as hell
Sherry's
do.
been for 6 months. Another Realm. Kim, not your cup of tea. So yeah, it's just been wild, guys. So that's why I took a few days off, because it was frustrating. Not I thought like I was going to be able to get this back, and that's not how it works. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, y'all. It is what it is. It ain't what it ain't. I got to take a day off of work. I got to go up there, but I do feel good about the game plan. I would love to tell y'all what the game plan is. I don't think that's a smart idea. Of course not. But I could tell you that the guy, I'll say this, the Mr. Rick, he has dealt with these things before, and he
Where'd he go? I guess I'm running the show now. Did he disappear for y'all as well? Is it just me up here? Could someone in the chat let me know? All right, well, it's just me and Jim, guys. We will wait. I'm running White Boy's channel now. Happy to do it. I am seeing the love and super chats come through. Yeah, I'm not going to leave. I know that stream will drop. But I'm seeing the love and the super chats come through, and appreciate it. I know this is, like he was just saying, like I was going to say it on his behalf, but he has to take time off from work to go attend this stupid court date. There's anxiety of going into court, especially when you don't have a lawyer. I'll speak for myself. Like nobody wants to deal with this bullshit, especially for freedom of speech. So we will wait for White Boy to come.
Why is it not? The heck? Okay, got it. All right. Don't know what happened. Sorry, Nerdy. I kicked you just so it starts until it started getting better.
I'm joking, baby. I love you.
Let me drop it back for him here in a second. All right, can you guys hear it now? I have no idea what happened. Did myself in confidence saying that Jonathan is in. I'll check now. Where's Nerdy? Where is he? Where could have happened? What is the worst thing that could have happened to you? What do you mean? We can
What's
hear
the worst
you.
thing that can happen?
What do you mean the worst thing?
Is that a joke?
Is it stopping there? I don't know. Let me go back here. We see White Boy. Okay. Yeah, I know. I'm catching up on your comments. So, hey, did I miss? No, I haven't played the body cam and stuff yet. Oh, Angelina. When I got a Cash App notification. Thank you. Thank you. Let me just double check that for a second. Why?
If you want don't even worry about sending that to me until like later, so I can put it all together. Like, don't try to do it all while you're alive.
What is the? Why is what's up? Cash Jordan, why weren't false claims filed? Listen, Connie, it doesn't. This is. I appreciate Connie. We love Connie. That is the Cash Jordan Family Justice. Look, this is why I kind of stopped. I just fell back off the internet for a couple days. I appreciate all the kind words. I appreciate all the support from everybody. But at the end of the day, I don't know where everybody lives at. I don't know where all you guys are from. And this is what I can tell you. Florida, I've been here my whole life. I've lived and resided in this state my whole life. They are very tough on crime. Very tough on crime. Very, very tough on crime.
Now make shit up just for the rest of your life.
Very, very tough on crime. Okay. You know, with my ideology and everything, you know, do I back the blue and stuff? Sure. But through personal experience, have I seen, you know, police corruption in Florida? Absolutely. Right. Absolutely. Right. That, you know, two things can be true at the same time. But I'm like reading all these comments and seeing things, and people are just like, this is not fitting my scenario. Like, no, I can't go after and get that money back. That's not true.
And we cannot use
right now I have to defend myself. I can't do what your comment says, even though that makes complete sense. And even though where you're at, you probably could. Nothing. You know, it's frustrating. People want to offer advice and stuff, and it's just, it doesn't.
No, we appreciate it. It's, trust me, we've asked, we've tried.
Yeah.
Somebody, quite a few people said, why don't you get a public defender? They're free.
There's no public defender in this.
Public defenders do not work.
Yeah, there is no public defender in this.
There's no help for this shit.
I don't have. I wasn't arrested. I have never had any contact with police since this thing happened, other than being served. You know, other people had contact with police, not myself. You know, but people are trying to offer their insight and help, but it's frustrating because I can't do any of it.
It's not that we didn't think of it, I promise.
This is why.
It's not that it's bad advice.
Yeah, it's all good advice. It's all good ideas. But I can't, it just doesn't apply. Maybe in where you guys are, it doesn't. And you can Google this and all that, but, and I asked. Unfortunately, it doesn't. What's up, Kit?
The lawyer said that for this type of a case, they do not allow you to go back for your money.
It's because
request getting paid back because it's a domestic violence case.
Yeah. Think about like domestic violence for a second, right? Think about like all the people out there
you can't get legal
that get arrested or whatnot. And then the girlfriend drops the charges, or maybe the boyfriend intimidates the woman and makes her drop, whatever. But there's a lot of cases like that, right? You know, if people can, so it's, and unfortunately, this is exactly where you go to file for these things. This is why, like I was saying earlier, this whole experience, I do not like the way this is set up. I do not like how YouTubers can utilize the court system to try to silence you, right? It's beyond weird. I've never in my life ever seen a man go to the courts and get a restraining order on another man who doesn't even reside in the same city or county or even one over on either side.
When he's done things 5 billion times worse. You didn't do anything. He has literally screamed and yelled and acted like a fucking idiot in front of I don't even know how many houses.
Legal aid helps in civil cases.
Legal aid, not for this.
No.
They don't trust
So they not only don't help you in this situation, but the process to get legal aid, if you get legal aid, it's not going to work. I mean, these are like unfortunately, this is exactly why I got off the internet for a couple days. Because people are arguing me.
You're literally telling
guys legal aid and like the most common sense things. Like, you don't think I've thought about that? No, man. Unfortunately, I had to come out my pocket and pay money to handle this.
Yeah, we can't afford to pay.
For my OGs, for my subscribers, for my real supporters, do I ever ask y'all for anything other than a like?
Do I?
Come on, man. So for me to ask y'all for help should tell you something, man. I don't ask. It's embarrassing to ask. I don't, and also it's not you don't owe me legal fees. This is not how this works. So I'm just asking for people who can, a few dollars here, a few dollars here. It helps. But yeah, you can't do any of that. And you can file a small claims court.
But when it comes to small claims, even if you win, nobody enforces it.
Yeah. So here's how that works in Florida, Elizabeth. You're right. I could. In Florida.
No, legal aid does not help. Trust me, I've asked. Promise.
Man, the legal aid comments, they got to stop.
Yeah.
Do you want me to pull my email up?
The first thing I did was ask them, like, trust me, I'm a broke bitch. We got nothing.
Yeah.
Like, there's no fucking money for this. I asked about all the free options. There's nothing for domestic violence cases.
So small claims court in Florida, it's almost laughable. It's completely it's kind of completely useless. I've had people who had got hit with this, and you can dodge it. I think small claims is what is it?
They don't make you pay it back.
It's not like you're getting sued.
It's fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's just like, so in Florida, if you get hit with small claims up to a certain amount of money. So if I go to sell my car, right, and there's a small claims lien on me, they can that would be a problem with the sale of my car. For the person who had a lien on me, they can get whatever, they can fulfill the lien off the sale of my car. But all people do in Florida is like, okay, I'm going to sell my car. Here, Noelle, I'm signing this completely over to you, taking my name off of it. So Noelle sells it. She's not obligated to no lien, even if we're married.
Yeah. Oh, it's useless everywhere.
And I escape. It's people do that all the. Listen, guys, and for my OGs, we're owed $20,000 plus in back child support in the state
it's more than 20 grand.
In the state of New Jersey, right?
It's way more than.
I have talked to private investigators and everything, right? This cocksucker paid.
Nothing's in his name.
This cocksucker paid 29 cents one time.
No. It was 24. I was like, you couldn't even pay a full fucking
24 cents. And then the same week, Noelle gets a piece of legal mail. He put a motion in to ask the court, motion to pay less on child support. Bro, you didn't even send a quarter. In Florida, it's not going down like that. In Florida, you don't pay that shit. You don't pay that shit.
So when
you're going right to jail, you're going to sit in jail, and your bond is going to be $20,000. Your bond is your back child support in Florida. So they don't play that shit.
They have it where
Florida's tough. I'm trying to tell y'all.
The judge orders you to pay child support, but doesn't enforce it. You cannot miss. Or no, you have to. I'm sorry, I apologize. You have to pay once.
So bad, Connie.
Once every month. So if I pay now, and don't pay 3 weeks in a row, I could pay again. As long as I make a payment, 5 cents, 3 cents, doesn't matter, 2 cents, 1 cent. As long as I make a payment instead of attempt to pay a debt, I cannot miss an entire month in a row. I did this. I filed a complaint as soon as he missed the amount of weeks in a row that was required to file. And they were like, how much, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I think it was like 35. It was between 35 and like 38,000 at that time. It was relatively low.
Absolutely,
the fucking
Jules.
guy that he literally was like, oh, so what do you want to do? And I'm like, well, I'd like to file a complaint against it because, you know, it's never ending. This is ongoing. It doesn't stop. He's like, well, I mean, we can do that. There's people that are you know, delinquent by like 100 grand and more. But yeah, we could file a complaint. Like, who the fuck are you to tell me I can't file a complaint because my asshole ex isn't paying his
So this guy,
I don't care how much
this guy that owes us, he owes
50 grand.
He owes Noel over $20,000
It's almost 50 grand right now.
So this guy is like a master
Piece of shit.
manipulator to where everything is out of his name. He dodges it all, right? And I'm bringing that up. Well, shit. Anybody in the state of New Jersey that thinks they can help, reach out to Noel. But I don't think that's going to happen because we've used private investigators and all that. He doesn't. He works. He makes it a point to get paid in cash. It's like, dude, take care of your kid.
He'll work long enough to get what's called unemployment. He'll work he'll work 6 to 8 months, and then he'll get unemployment, and he works off the books doing he does flat topping. So
I bring that up because that's exactly how it goes in Florida when you have small claims. I'm paying a lawyer right now, y'all. I'm paying him, right? So he's gonna tell me, right? He's working for me. He's gonna tell me the options that I have, right? And trust me, that was my first thing. Listen, I got a referral to this guy, and the arrangement that I initially had, without getting too much into it,
you're fine, babe. Don't just
No, I'm not doing any of that. Yeah. So the arrangement that I originally had, let's just say somebody owed me a favor, right? I didn't think that I would have to pay a flat fee for this. People, I absolutely do. But yeah, you can't get it back. It's domestic violence.
Yeah, because it's a domestic violence case, it makes everything so much fucking more difficult.
That really is that.
It's more expensive.
It pissed me off because like we're getting away from what this is. I'm out there raising awareness for domestic violence, right? A lot of us, knew and believed Magnolia off the top, but then there was a lot of doubtful people who claimed she's lying, this and that. And here we are today with the body cam being released. It's all chopped up and all that. Have you guys seen it yet? I'm going to play it here in a minute. But yeah, it's just wild. So I don't want to really, continue to talk about the financial things. If you can do it, if you're able to send a couple bucks, I could absolutely use it.
Thank you guys so much.
There's a lot of people.
You don't understand how much we appreciate it.
Thank you, Marshmallow.
It's really amazing.
I'm going to put these on the screen again because I should get Nerdy back. I'll see if Nerdy wants to come on.
Nerdy!
That was really cool, him helping me out like that.
Yeah, that's amazing. That was really amazing. And yeah, when we get paid, we'll send it back. Marshmallow is Molly.
Is who?
Molly.
Oh, Molly's Marshmallow?
I guess someone said.
So I have I want to play this body cam. And before I do that, I have another quick complaint real fast.
That was deleted, but whatever.
I don't understand. I was talking to Molly lately. She's been trying to, help as much as she can. and I appreciate that. I really appreciate her wanting to help. Right? I don't understand. I don't have any problem with Molly Golightly. I have no beef with her. We are cool. Just for people to understand, we're cool, right? And I appreciate her help. I appreciate it. Thank you, Hella. I appreciate that very much.
Yeah,
really do.
So that's, you know.
There are people going into her.
Wow.
There's people who are literally like getting into her ear and saying, "Oh, white boy did a video and his wife made used an ugly picture." Like, what is the point?
His wife?
I'm
Me?
like,
I use a picture.
yeah. I'm like, Molly, my wife does not make my thumbnails.
So wait, your videos, I'm the one that chooses the ugly pictures? How about you go suck something? I don't fucking make your fucking thumbnails.
No,
Idiots think what? I sabotaged your picture?
Yeah, but you're thinking wrong. It's somebody stirring the pot, trying and going over there and telling the woman they're stirring the pot.
Because that's what I do.
But look what you just got on that.
No, it's not. It's not mad. It's stupid.
It's very immature. And listen, if I find out that anybody, I can't stand people like that. They like all the weird like either support or just be a hater. Like pick a side. Like all that other stuff, man. It's weird. Yeah. Like, and there's a lot of people who I like have known for a long time, been in this community for a long time, and supported me for a long time. They may not like Molly. That's fine. That's their decision, right? That's fine. My stance on this is very simple. I'm going through something right now, right? I'm going through something right now. There's somebody who's willing to help me. That means a lot. That means a lot. So I really don't care. I mean, honestly, I don't care if people don't like her. It means nothing to me that people don't like something that she did on the internet when this is my real life.
Why does it matter?
She's trying to help me in my real life right now and willing to help me. So that means something to me. But I also understand there's a lot of shit stirring people running to her Rumble or Patreon. My wife does not make my.
You don't have to like everybody I like. If you're not here for anything but to hang out with the chat.
A lot of her people are super dramatic.
Like so weird over things like that. It makes no sense. You don't have to like one or the other. Don't be a fucking idiot shit starter.
Look at her broke since crimes have consequences. What do you mean by that? Is that DB? Yeah, Hella, thank you again for that. So this let me show you guys this. So Plunder's dropping the fire today. I guess she finally gets the FOIA stuff. Oh, wait, hold on. She finally gets her FOIA stuff, right? Which is that she had ordered. But she made a post on.
What? Did you see the news? BHB is suing Tennessee Sheriff's Department and Chris and Katie for being arrested. She said it was ganging up on her.
She's suing Tennessee.
The Sheriff's Department and Chris and Katie.
No, I didn't see that. I did see that email that I shared on Twitter showing how mentally unstable that woman is. I mean, she has been arrested, not even exaggerating, like 20 times for domestic violence. And to see her response, she then threatens Magnolia because people are sharing the truth with her, with him getting the misdemeanor charge. The lady is an absolute nutcase. I mean, if you guys watch the short that I made, this lady had the balls to say that she went to a Trump rally And Donald Trump, of all people, pointed at her and thanked her for her YouTube channel. I mean, you can't make this shit up, people. Like, Donald Trump knows, like, he gives two flying shits about Bullhorn Betty's YouTube, or even knows who the hell it is. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life. And she's dead serious. I don't know who believes this stuff. Like, who's sitting there nodding their head like, yeah. She's dead serious about the Trump point. I mean, it's comical. At some point, like, you have to laugh at this shit.
I laugh at more people than you can imagine.
All right, this thing's gonna take forever. So while this is loading, yeah, I'm gonna show y'all this. Have you seen the Facebook post from Plunder? Let me do this real fast. Oh, got it. Now I know. Damn, what happened to Nerdy? Did he want to come back up? I forgot about it.
Here.
Nerdy, here. Let me share this, man. I'll drop the link again. I feel like a dick. Okay, so here goes. Let me get it on here. Okay.
He said drop it.
Okay. So let's do this first. Don't really care about doxing myself. I've been doxed a million times. If you don't know, I have a shirt with my first and last name on it, and I used to wear it in my live streams just to piss off the people who tried to dox me. I don't care about, like, my real name. So if you happen to see it, I don't care. However, on the case history here, with the RO, we have order denying motion for modification. What could be modified? Well, I didn't modify it. A fuck thing. All right, Nerdy, let me do this. Oh, let me go. So let me go to Plunder's thing here. Where it is? Here it is, right here. Okay, here we go. Now we'll put more grease. Uh-oh. Okay, let's do it now. Okay, so here's what she posted today. She dropped the body cam. I think she said she was at Lowe's, but the thing about the body cam, it's all chopped up, man, and stuff. I mean, I don't know why they did that. I have theories, because I'll tell you what, somebody found this RO stuff on Twitter. I don't know how they did it, because the way that it was filed. And I have a feeling that she had to go, this was something like this happened too, with all the privateness and stuff like that. She says, here's an explanation of the highlighted portion of the attached report. This change in terminology on a police report or dispatch log indicates a significant shift in how an incident is being classified based on what responding officers found at the scene. Here's the breakdown of what those codes typically represent. The initial call, domestic disturbance, the meaning of domestic disturbance, the updated status, this update happens once emergency personnel arrive and accesses the victim. Traumatic injury refers to physical injuries caused by external force. So let's get.
Let's say that she survived. I think it was really bad. Her face.
She points out, why does this change matter? The shift from disturbance to traumatic injury changes the legal and the methical trajectory of the case. Criminal investigation, the incident has moved from a report of a dispute to a high-level felony investigation, such as aggravated assault. So she breaks this whole thing down. She's got the receipts here. I'm going to show them on the screen. Let me get the link for you. And this is coming at you via her Facebook. Here it is. Where's the damn share at? You gotta be kidding me.
Did you drop the link?
What?
Did you drop the link again?
No, I'm gonna do it right now. Oh, here, let's do this. This mouse is weird, babe. I feel like I'm clicking it and it's not.
It is. It's just different than yours. Yours makes a noise thing.
Yeah. Okay. So here's Plunder's Facebook post. I'll go to the receipts here in a second. Let me get Nerdy back up here. My bad, Nerdy. Let me drop this link here. Bam. I'm going to drop the link to the YouTube video too. It's pretty long. I was watching it before I was live. Like I said, it's all choppy. There's a lot of like, can't even say like redactions. It's just muted camera. But you can hear the police interacting with her. You can hear their thought process on, the mannequin. You can hear there's one part where like one officer is really focused on the white vehicle, I believe it is, truck or van or something like that. You know, it's just basically like that, y'all. It's just so chopped up. I don't really know. It's not really worth to even share screen it and do it. You back up, man?
I'm back up. You left me on my own. I was just the only one up on the screen. And you came back.
Let's try this. I see Nerdy back there, but I don't think his camera's on or something like that.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can now.
Okay. I was just chuckling when you were talking about Bullhorn Betty and how she said she went to, would she go to the thing in the Villages with Trump? And he said, he pointed at it and said, "Hey, Bets," like
yeah,
him, Melania and Barrett all like cuddle up every night, watch her channel, know who she is.
Yes. He said, the way that she said it was, she was at the rally and he was just like, you know, fuck Iran, this and that. Then he was like, "Hey, you Betty, I appreciate you and the channel." Like, he doesn't know who that lady is. It's just, she basically said like he pointed at her and like thanked her for the YouTube channel. It's like, what the hell? She is delusional. She's straight delusional.
Betty. He said Bets. Like he's using like a nickname for her, like after dealing with foreign policy all day in the ballroom. You know, they sit on the couch and they watch some good old Bullhorn Betty.
Exactly. It's wild. What is this here that I'm missing? People believe it, man. It's comical. I'm missing something here. Okay, got it. The arcade. Everybody talks about this Pac-Man machine. It's old, y'all. I got it at Walmart a couple years ago. I thought all Walmarts were selling it, but evidently not.
No, they were.
I thought so too.
Everywhere, yeah. Jason won for like ever. They had them up north for a while before we moved back down here. And so when we got into that's when we got them that year.
It can't be because so many people comment on it. You know, these things were $200 in the Walmart a couple of years ago.
I'm not sure if they are still out. I know they changed their variety around and like get certain kinds available.
Yet she believes it. She's a horror movie. Nina says, "Leave my damn bullhorn Betty alone." She's shot out. Did you see that email, Nerdy? That she was cussing out. I don't even know who was attached to it. Did you see that? It's crazy.
Molly, yeah, it's. I noted on my channel, like ever since this thing surfaced about Magnolia, she's been trying to present herself better on YouTube. She's put the lipstick on. I think she thinks she has a shot with JLR again.
Oh, the desperation is real. Absolutely, the desperation is real. She's been acting like she's been trying to defend that guy so hard, and it comes off her words are ugly. Like it doesn't come off. It comes off weird, man. She shouldn't do that. She should be sticking up for Magnolia, especially all the things that she said about the mannequin after they broke up. She commented many times on the abuse that she had to go through. She called him a devil and all types of different things. But yeah, the desperation is real. I think you're right. She is trying to put the old makeup game on and defend him blindly. It's crazy.
The one thing that stood out on the video is a lot of it's just muted and redacted. But the one thing that stood out to us while we were viewing it, so the cops, they bring Magnolia to the hospital and then they come back 3 hours later to make sure that her room is not occupied by JLR. And they both draw weapons, taser and gun, which tells you how serious they believed both her accusations, her injuries, and the threat was at that time. Like they were not fucking around.
Oh, that was at the hospital. Because when I was setting this live up, I was watching it and I put my phone down, and that's when he was like, "Hey, are you in this closet? Come out." Is that part where he was asking, like he was saying, that was in the hospital?
No, so the emergency call is to their Airbnb in the morning. They then transport Magnolia to the hospital. When she gets released, police go back to the Airbnb to clear the room to ensure that he hasn't returned and is in the room, right? They want to make sure Magnolia is safe. And man, did they take their due diligence in ensuring that he's not in that room with guns drawn. Like, there's DV cases where police don't pull their guns at all. It tells you how serious they thought her injuries were. In my opinion, how serious they thought her injuries were and how serious of a threat he was. They were trying to get current photos of him from Magnolia as they put out this APB. So yeah, a lot of it was redacted, but there's some things that definitely stood out while watching it.
Yeah, I was listening to it as well. A lot of what the police were saying. I wish there was a better update on that whole situation. It's kind of confusing. People get lost. And I just wish that, we don't know. Something could happen. But it'd be nice to see, accountability in the situation, real justice, but it could come. It could come. I'm gonna drop the link, guys, in the chat. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna pin it. This is gonna be the body cam video. It's very long. It's like I don't know if I want to make face look good. It's like 30 minutes long or something like that. It's a little bit chopped up, but it's if you're paying attention to this stuff, you should definitely tune into it. You can still, even though it's muted and stuff, you can still follow it. The police are talking with her, or they'll be talking amongst each other, and then you can follow it really easy, even though it cuts on and off. Dang, I'm late. I wouldn't want Trump's attention, but hey, that's just me. I mean, not to get too political, but no matter what side of the fence you sit on politically, look, put it like this: Donald Trump nor Joe Biden has any clue about Bullhorn Betty's YouTube channel. The fact that she would claim that not only one of them did, but thanked her for the content that she, that's like, that's the craziest stuff in the world. That's crazy. The desperation in that live is so crazy.
She somehow went and got her hair done the other day and somehow managed to make it look worse. I don't know how it's possible, but she was recording her hair salon appointment and the hair actually looks worse after.
What's the phrase? You put lipstick on, it's still a pig. Yep, that's so true. Well, maybe he can give her what he gave Magnolia. She said I needed clout when I tagged her in the receipts. Clout offer, and why would he? Yeah, I don't know, Grimes. I have no idea. What's up, Picasso? She looks like she is over 35 years old. Who's this? The evidence won't be redacted in court. Well, it shouldn't. It shouldn't. So I have court, I believe, Thursday. I have to call Monday. I want to say maybe it's on that picture. I think I have it Wednesday or Thursday. That's what we're going. I was under the impression, and I thought that this thing would be continued, but that's not what they want to do. They want to tackle it head on, go in there. So I'm with it. What do you think is going to happen, Nerdy?
For your court date?
Yeah.
Oh, I think that if you have a lawyer, most of what I've heard about that's been filed is easily defendable, right? A lot of it just falls into First Amendment issues. You're allowed to speak. Most injunctions are, and I said this to Chad as well, like what I said earlier, like you're not dating the person. So it's no contact, right? No indirect contact, meaning you, White Boy Radio, can't say to your girlfriend, hey, tell JLR I said this. That's really the extent of what they're asking for. But you also end up walking around on eggshells, as you likely know, when an injunction is in place, especially when you have someone already lying in his filing, saying that photos were doctored, other stuff like you kicked in the door, knocked on the door, stuff that just isn't true. If they're able to make up something like that to get the injunction, you don't want to be walking around for a year with an injunction with someone that makes up shit to potentially get you more legal issues, right? But I think a lot of it, Eva always reminds me, and we've been reminding Chad, the burden is on him. It's very, very easy for someone to walk into a court ex parte, meaning they're just walking in there and by themselves. You're not there to contest it, and they can say whatever they want. But when you go into court next week, the burden is on JLR to prove whatever he said originally actually happened. The burden is not on you, and your lawyer will tell you that. He's going to have to go to court and prove exactly what he said, and you don't have to prove that you didn't do it. It's on him for him to show the judge, this is when white boy called me or allegedly knocked on my door. And here's the reality. You were on a live stream most of the day, very, very short break that you took. Yeah. And when you took your break, I was on the live stream. I went live when you were taking a break. And I'm there as a witness. I know that we didn't knock on the door. I know how quickly we drove by, we stood on a public sidewalk, took a quick photo op, and moved on. So he's going to have to prove what he said or what he alleged in that. And I don't think that a judge, like you said earlier, you don't live near him. You've never dated the guy. You guys have never, you haven't even physically seen the guy in years. I don't think a judge is going to uphold it. I don't.
Or spoke to him. You have to remember there was a lot of hysteria and a lot of untruths being told. Bottom line is, let me get Angelina says, bottom line is white boy needs his community's financial support right now. He's exhausted the options available to him. Support if possible. Thank you for that. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate that, Brandywine, very much. Thank you. Thank you, Brandy. So, you know, originally when, if you guys can remember, creator Olap made the song, you know, the Reasonably in Fear song and stuff like that. But remember, there was talk that I was, you know, calling a phone all day. These lies got contorted and mixed up and confused, and they weren't entered into the official stuff. But you're right, and what Chad, I seen you in chat, and what Nerdy's saying is dead and spot on, because that's exactly what my lawyer said. When you file these things, it's supposed to be short, sweet, blunt, to the point, and meat and potatoes, white and black, right? You wanna get something done. You know usually with domestic violence, especially there's an arrest. But it's so ironic, me saying this, right? Like think about what I'm saying. You know, this is how legally it goes, but on the other side of the coin, we were out there advocating and raising awareness for domestic violence, which somebody just got arrested for. But needless to say, when people file these things and they're all big and they're breaking the binder over this big old thick floppy bunch of papers, that's a lot of what they say hearsay, and it's all irrelevant. So I don't know, man. I probably maybe could have went on the maybe I could have went on this thing head on and did it by myself, but I just don't want to get ran over, and it's
fucking twerp. I'd probably scream in the lower court if he won.
So it's just not worth that to I'm not going to leave myself yeah, it's not, I'm not going to leave myself open like that. And we'll see what happens.
You were spot on earlier about lawyers. Like, if he didn't have a lawyer and he was filing this on his own, I would go in there fighting on my own. I've been placed in a position. There was a girl from Connecticut who I left her, and then like 6 months later, I was doing what you're doing. Every once in a while, I mention some of the false stuff that she had claimed, and would, like, you know, put out a tweet. And she brought me to Connecticut court for an injunction, and she had a really high-priced lawyer from New York, and their claim was that I sent a binder full of text messages to her. And I'm like, Your Honor, like, I'm not going to spend $300 sending, like, I basically told the judge, like, I already published this stuff on my website. Why would I send a fucking binder to somebody and pay for it when I can publish these text messages right on my website? But in the court system, one hand washes the other. And when they have a lawyer, oftentimes they know the judge. I always tell people, like, no matter what side you're on, whether you're defense, prosecution, or judge, at the end of the day, you'll see all these people sitting down at a restaurant or a bar after work together. They know each other, right? So second to that, though, This is really an insult to people who truly live in fear of domestic violence. This is an insult to people because you can ask any woman in your chat who's gone through this. And typically when this is done, it's done immediately, right? If you claim that someone kicked on your door, you'd be in court the very next day filing an injunction, not traveling to Arizona, not waiting for a week or 2 weeks before you file injunction. That doesn't like give the judge any sense of urgency or fear. His main issue is what you're saying online, not fear of safety, not fear of violence. And really that's an injustice to people who need the court system for true threats.
Yep. It's so true. And that's why, regardless what happens, I'd like to come out of this thing and try to, at least I don't know what I can do. I haven't put that much thought in it, but I know here where I live in my county, at least I'm going to do as much as I can to exhaust the ability to raise awareness on this situation, which I have kind of already, but I've the guy that serves you with this paperwork, I've had a long talk with him, and a long phone call after that. But this has got to be, something has to change with this, because you're seeing this more and more on YouTube. I don't know how much you know about this, Nerdy, but do you know right now there's many YouTubers going through this, right? And it's all for the same reason, in my opinion. Do you know Brittany J and Julie? This is the same thing happening with them. There's people from outside true crime that they're all, there's a lot of YouTubers having to do this, and it's a weird loophole, because people are doing this stuff in the form of cyber stalking through the domestic violence outlet, which is one and the same to my understanding, because if you have a domestic violence situation, you can be cyber stalked through your abuser, but they're using that avenue to silence people because they have egos, or people are exposing their own words, or weird behavior with soda bottles and Nazi Hitler signs, or toilet paper fingers Jesus. And it's it's weird. But I guess why it's so frustrating, man, is because I know of this individual's behavior, and I know what they do, and to actually have to go through it is very strange. And especially when thousands of people saw us. I think that live has 30,000 views last time that I checked. Might have more than that. That's wild, man. And to even double back on that, I then went live on the way home to follow up on some of the ridiculous claims that were said. And that's funny too, because that made it into the thing where I guess allegedly some claims were made that I was stating on the car ride home live that I was gonna, I was stating I was gonna go back there to the. I was like, where's this coming from? And then to see that Jim made it into to see that Jim actually made it in really hurt my feelings, because he didn't say anything, he didn't harm anybody, he was just literally sitting there, and he's getting dragged through the court process too. It's just not cool. Jim did nothing, and he's literally, Jim can now be FOIA. Jim can literally now be subject to a FOIA, and it's just not fair on any level. Jim did nothing, and so you're gonna have to tell him my apologies on that.
The trauma from this and being named in court documents, he hasn't said a word in a month. He just hasn't spoken.
He's not much of a talker, I'll tell you. But Yeah, it's wild that to have to read that. To have to read that me talking to Jim was being used to ask the court for protection. I don't know how I feel about that.
Do you need to bring?
That's what happened.
I mean, do you feel, because you can call anyone up to the witness stand in one of these hearings, and that's the other thing. On a serious note, once you get your attorney on Monday, you have the opportunity to call Jonathan up to the stand and have your lawyer question him, right? And ask the same questions that I'm asking right now. Why wait 2 weeks to file this? What specifically the day before you filed was such a, what do you deem as such a threat? There's Jim behind me. Jim's making, you could tell, look at how traumatized he is. He doesn't say much anymore. Jim, are you okay? He just nods.
Look at the look. I'm sorry. I never meant for this to happen, bro. Like, I didn't think that our conversation would make it to a courtroom. That's it. He hates me.
He's been quiet.
Been really quiet. I gotta send you that. It's so I guess I can share this part. It says my boy tied mannequin to the tree and was talking to him. I don't know how that would. I have no idea how that would be a form of, like, what is the judge gonna do with that? Like, what is he to do that? What, I mean, that has to be a first for him. I mean, maybe not. I have no idea. But that's crazy. I don't understand. That actually happened, y'all. And we have to get that on record because have you seen it? Have you seen this order? Have you read the stipulations or whatever? There's a channel on Twitter, and I don't know how they found it. They did. They post a lot of court just a lot of court stuff, and they sure enough they found it, which I don't care, but it was surprising to me because the way that it was filed all private and stuff like that. Yeah, so I don't know.
Maybe I'll go look for it this weekend, and Jim and I can read over it and see what he thinks. But it's just create a delusion from people, because I was there with you. Like and you and I know the truth of what happened. But people like immediately came out and be like, "Oh, you tied Jim up to the tree, and you meant that as a threat to JLR." No, motherfucker, it was windy. Like, we couldn't stand Jim up without having the wind knock him over, and you and I were sitting there struggling with tape to find a way to position him so he wouldn't fall over. But people's level of delusional and like the manic that I see from people, like assuming what we did was like, it was intended this way. It's just wild watching the comments and you know what? At the end of the day, judges that sit on these benches, they sit there for a long time, and they can usually read between the bullshit. So I think you'll be fine.
Yeah, I think so too, dude. I got a comment after that live that we did, and somebody actually tried to contort the wind and us taping Jim to the tree into a racism claim. Because for people who don't know, Jim happens to be black. But I was told that, so the person tried to, this is how the internet is. They took away us raising awareness for domestic violence and tried to take and make it into a racism thing. And I was just like, this is out of control. Like, this is the internet for you. Like there was no. It's like, I don't get people sometimes. Like, how do you look at something and then try to make it something else? It's wild, man. But yeah, those comments were crazy.
Jim's not black. He's mixed. He's got a black body, but he's got a white face with blush on it. So, not completely accurate. Yeah.
True. Yeah, absolutely. I wish I would have commented that back. That'd been a great crush.
Jim, amazing. Like, he's already been through a lot. He was hit with a car Like you saw his legs and arms, like he's not all there, you know. And now for him to have to go to court and defend himself, it's a lot for that guy.
It is. He's it's, I can't believe he made it. And people, if you guys think I'm joking, Jim is in this thing. I'm not shitting you. Jim is literally in this thing. Okay, Jim is in it. Don't know why, but yeah, this really happened. And we all know that Jim is innocent. He didn't even say a word, but he's been harassed, gaslit. He's been traumatized, like Nerdy said. It's just too much already. Justice for Jim. What's Jim's lawyer? I don't know. I think it's pro se.
It's pro se.
Is he gonna?
I fear that if he gets an injunction, that he would have to.
Did Jim get one too? Jim, you gotta be on the lookout.
No, I'm scared that he may, though.
Yeah, I think so. It's possible. I just sent $100. Let me know if you all get it. Thank you, Brenda. I don't know where you sent it. It's a good idea to check my phone. So it's I don't know. It's a little bit weird, I guess. Oh, I see it. That came from Brenda, right? Yeah, I did get Angelina sent another Cash App, Macklin. I get yeah, okay. Then the GoFundMe is notifications for Debbie, $50 for help. Thank you. Thank you. Noelle wrote me a note earlier, and somebody sent something on PayPal. Give, Send, Go, which is what Noelle set up, $76, $20 Venmo. Thank you guys. Seriously, man. I really appreciate it. It's crazy. I hate to ask you guys again. I don't want to keep apologizing, but this has been wild. And I got to keep it real with everybody. You guys know how I am. I'm very blunt. I don't know how I feel. Initially, I want to go in here and handle this and get it done, and I do. But I just am. I'm starting to get. I guess it's natural to get a little bit of anxious and maybe start. I have no idea why I am self-doubting, and maybe it's a normal thing. But this is the process. This is the way it goes, and this is part of how I've already lost. I think I've already lost because I'm out of money. I've already lost it asking you guys for a few dollars. I've already lost because I have to take a day off of work. You know, and there's people who that saw everything, and they know that these things are false. But because they favor JLR, you know, it's like they're holding their nuts, and they want to see me lose and all that. And this is it's too much sometimes. I got thick skin on the internet. I've been on here for years. But the last couple of days, I just fell back because it's been a lot, man. And I don't know why I'm saying that. I'm just keeping it real with you guys, but just telling you my mind frame, I guess.
No one's lost as much, though, as JLR. I mean, right now, 2 injunctions filed, right, from him to people. He now has lawyers in Tucson, Arizona, defending against a disorderly conduct charge there that he got at the airport when I arrived. He now has another lawyer in Florida that he has that's on the record for Magnolia's case. You're looking at easily $15,000 to $20,000 in lawyer fees just off the bat, like just for retainer, never mind for the longevity of these cases. So, and I said this to Chad, and I'll say it to you, like at the end of the day, even if a judge decides that this injunction goes on, it doesn't stop you from anything, right? Unless there's a clause in there where you can't ever say his name on social media, which, like, we've been following cases. Turtle Boy is one of them against Meredith and other like celebrities. Freedom of speech is freedom of speech. And if you're not making threats against someone and you have a legitimate reason to be talking about him, and you do, there's charges out there. There's now charges in Florida and there's allegations in Washington. And this person has a lot of YouTube followers and has a history of fraud. So there's a legitimate purpose in talking about poor behavior or what you feel is poor behavior. So at the end of the day, I guess my point is, even if you lose, it doesn't stop you from doing anything. These are no contact orders, right? It's stuff that you and I were already aware of. Like, you and I said, no, we shouldn't do this in front of his house because the laws in Florida say that we can't do it in front of his house. So we're going to go a quarter mile away. And even if you wanted to protest and the injunction was placed, you are still allowed to, because it's America. You're not threatening it. What he perceives as a threat is not necessarily a threat, right? So hopefully you take a breath and remember that. I do understand how stressful these things can be. Going to court for anyone is stressful. It's not a good day for anyone. Nobody wants to take a day off from work and go to court. But I think you'll be okay.
Yeah, you're right. It's I think so too. The perception, I just really can't stand this this situation where people use this avenue to weaponize the courts. I don't know what I can do, but I'm gonna try my best to remember how I'm feeling this whole situation, and I'm gonna see how I can take a negative and turn it positive and make something out of this. Because something's got to change. It's every week you hear about this, and it's just too much. It's wild. Hit the like, Picasso. Damn it! What I want to tell you, Picasso. I want to tell you. Nah, I guess I can wait for that.
It's the irony. Your chat is pointing, like, the irony behind this is that this man has gone around truly harassing families who are grieving, right? Families who have lost children, don't know where their children are, and for views, likes, and otherwise, has sat in their driveway, their literal driveway, and their workplace as he hurls insults at them, verbally lashes out at them. And now all of a sudden people hold up a sign with a mannequin a quarter mile away. And what fear he's in, what reasonable fear he's in. The irony is so, like, take a breath and make sure your lawyer knows about all of the things he's done. Make sure your lawyer knows about the time that elapsed in between time you're physically there at the protest and the time he filed this injunction. I don't think a judge is going to stand for it, man.
No, I don't either. And back to your point about you were talking about the cost of lawyers and this and that. He's also, much respect and credit to the people who saw the entire situation for what it was and just unsubscribe, because the last time I looked at the analytics, it was tanking bad. That down, I think, tens of thousands of subscribers, which it should be. People should not support that, honor that, stick up for that, in my opinion. But that also should take a toll on things, and that's all done by own behavior. As far as making videos and all that too, we all witnessed in the Sebastian Rogers case, unfortunately, Bullhorn Betty kind of in a sense set a roadmap for this, because she was hit with a lot of these things, and you saw her coverage, you saw what she did, and this made it all the way, and then it was an appellate court, all the way up to it went to a grand jury, correct? You remember that?
Yeah, her injunction from Sebastian's family, right?
Yeah, and then they go to but what was said was she's allowed to talk. You know what I mean? You know, and that's exactly from what I was told, the same thing. People need to understand this. No matter if you support or not, you need to understand that, you know, I'm allowed to talk. You know, I have to follow the guidelines of YouTube and whatnot, or whatever social media platform I'm on, but I can speak about and report about what I want. No matter whose feelings get hurt, I'm allowed to do that. And, you know, unfortunately, a lot of that packet, back to you, Chad, and a lot of this hearsay is just that. You know, you can't get mad at what someone's opinion is and then turn that into a threat or whatnot, because well, I guess you could, but you have to, a judge has to, you know, look at that and you know, Chad, I'll call you this weekend, but you know, as I know you're a little bit worried as well, but I'll tell you kind of what I was told, and it'll help you. Look, I even know what I was told, and I'm still a little bit shook up because, like Nerdy said, nobody wants to go to court. It's been years, man. I have my heydays. I used to get in trouble. I've been there, done that. I don't like going to court. I don't like being in front of a judge. But I mean, it is what it is. We're gonna do it, and we're gonna, you know, hopefully come out to stay on top. Thank you, killing it in me. I appreciate that. I see it. I appreciate everybody tonight. You guys really came through.
I think the fear that you and Chad have are legitimate fears. If this was a girlfriend, right, or someone of a sane mind where you really had issues and they needed protection, whatever it may be, right? This is someone who doesn't truly need protection. There's no threat, but it's someone who has a long history of fraud, right? They've gone on the record saying I've created fake accounts, and so back to my point, like, you have a reason to be fearful if this injunction goes through for a year and someone wants to jam you up and say, hey, look, this, you know, he can spoof a number and it's from Matt. Look what Matt texted me, and this is direct contact, to jam you up in court. That's a legitimate fear that I would have from someone that has a history like this. And so, you know, I get why you and Chad have some apprehension about this. I would too. It's a normal human reaction to something like this, especially from someone that doesn't seem to be of a right mind, right? Someone that sits on a toilet, sucking off a bottle and putting Nazi flags out there, and all the stuff that he's done, pretending that he's the uncle of someone in Newtown for a terrible, terrible tragedy. What's to stop him from doing something like that here to jam you up for views and likes, or just for revenge? Like, that's not something that I'd want over my head either.
Dude, did you see, I know you were out there, you know, in the Petito case and stuff, but what's really surprised me is remembering people out there in the Petito case. And then when I got served that thing, I had to go to court the following day, and the mannequin looked like he was mid-60s. I mean, it was bad, bro. It was bad. But that was just a few years ago. I mean, given it was you know, when was Petito? 5 years ago or so? About that? It was bad, and I think that I don't really even know how to word or say it, but the mannequin aged horrendously and just looked completely deflated. He looked bad, the mannequin, and I don't know if it's depression or I don't know, and I don't care. But the person that I saw that day was not the person who I originally met. And I only ask you that because I know you've been in the same two spots. And when you were at the airport, did you get that? Or were you just not even trying to look at this guy.
No, I agree with what you're saying.
Rough, right?
Yeah. People have noted, I haven't like gone over this on social media, but people have pointed out and like enhanced people have wondered why he wears these armbands or whatever. And someone pointed out the other day and enhanced it, and like you can see bruising underneath there. And I don't know what that'd be from, or but yeah, I think I agree with you. It's gone downhill, right? And age does that sometimes, but living a life that isn't purposeful, right? When you don't believe in what you're doing, when you're not living a good whole life, time has a way of doing that naturally. And I can't imagine eating Domino's and shit food every day helps with that, and no exercise and sitting in a car and just streaming. But I'm not usually one to judge people on looks and stuff like that. But I will say that when you don't live a good life, and you're being deceitful to people and your audience, and people have noted, like, people send me videos of him going through the airport where he's like sort of glancing around, and like, when you're not good to people, you have to constantly be glancing over your shoulder, right? You got to worry about all the different parents and people that you've pissed off. That's not good on your body. That's not good, right? It's almost like living in jail constantly, where you got to look over your shoulder, worry about someone attacking you. Didn't he physically got assaulted at the Petito case in front of the laundry case, right? Didn't someone get charges for like lunging at him or assaulting? Like that's a life you lead, and you always have to worry about that wherever you go. That's not good for your mind. That's not good for your body.
Yeah, it's definitely not good mojo. And he did. That was actually an ex-veteran that ended up getting sued for. I think Betty tried to sue the guy for $20 or some ridiculousness. But there was a whole like news clip on the guy, and he just didn't want people in his neighborhood, on his yard. Oh, he's getting fed up. But yeah, you're right about how you live and how you treat people. You're absolutely right. And not to confuse anybody, I'm not saying people get old. I'm not a spring chicken no more either. But obviously, when someone gets older, you're going to age. That's not really what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like just in the little amount of time that I met certain people. What I saw the other day was bad, guys. Like, I mean, I don't really know how to word it. I don't know really exactly what it is. I think Nerdy was hitting a lot of good points there with probably a combination of like food, shitty health, but it wasn't, I can look. Here's what I can tell you. When I met Nerdy out there, Petito case, and when I went out to protest with him the other day, there was no drastic change. Same person. But Mannequin, you're looking at like, and I'm not just saying this because it's situation. I'm being dead real with y'all. It looks like it looks bad. It looks bad. I mean bad.
Never mind the physical paranoia too. You got people calling your channel, and you're pinning it on Chad, who, like anyone in their right mind, you hear the voice of Chad and you hear the voice of the person calling in making threats. They're not even remotely close. The paranoia also is worth noting, because you're on social media, you're gonna have a lot of haters, but he's trying to pin this threat on Chad, and like it's not even like. I think the embarrassing part for me is you have the word investigator after your name, and you're not very good at that. Like, you're blaming the wrong person. It's not even close, man. It's not even close.
Chad, the guy gives his number out. You cannot pin a random phone call. There's so many ways you can prove your. You can go to your provider, your cell phone provider, and print out your call history. There's a million ways that you can do it. But like Nerdy said at the beginning of this, it's, and you should be on the defense and have things ready for it like that. But at the same time, you're getting accused of something, so it's on. He has the burden to prove that you were the one who did that. He to show and prove that it was you. And we all know that's not going to happen. Your situation is so literally fucked up. You reside in Minnesota, and someone from Florida is seeking the courts in Arizona for protection. I don't even know how that's legal. I don't live in New York. I can't just go get a random protection order against people in New York who I don't know. I don't reside there. It's extremely, I don't, maybe that is legal. I don't know. But it's just so weird. In a sense, either party even resides in the state. What, talk about a complete waste of resources for a court system and a real survivor, a real victim who is in need of that court date, is getting abused, is getting beat up, is getting phone stolen, is just the worst of the worst, has to sit and wait until the next day, the next week, the next whatever, because we got to go handle this crap. That's so crazy. What are you gonna say, Nerdy?
It's manipulative too. I told that to Chad. Like, if you see where he filed in Arizona, he was staying in Pima County that whole time. That's where Nancy Guthrie went missing. He filed in Eloy County, which is an hour and a half away. And when I saw that, I said, well, you know what, Chad? I think that's because I filed an injunction in Tucson, and I think that in his mind, if he went to the same court and started seeking injunctions, in his mind, he thinks that the judge, and he's right, the judge would see that injunction's already been filed against him, and now he's coming in trying to file injunctions against other people. That's the only explanation I have for filing an injunction in Arizona, an hour and a half from where you're staying, north of where you're staying, not anywhere close. Like, why go to Eloy County court to get this injunction? It makes no damn sense.
None. It doesn't. Brenda, this is the last thing that I see from you. I go on and ask why he's talking about Annie. But as far as a question, is it before that? I don't.
Yeah, Eva makes a good point. He was probably afraid he was going to get served by that same court for my injunction if he went to that court for an injunction against Chad too.
That you think that was the play? That's probably why it was. Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, I think so. And people started noticing even before I did that he started doing a lot of traveling. I had to contact Pasco County once I got out of Arizona because he returned to Florida. So obviously Pima County can't serve him my injunction in Florida. So as soon as Pasco County got that injunction to serve, he starts chasing weather. When has he ever chased weather? He's been avoiding service of the injunction, and he can only avoid it so long, right? We have a criminal hearing in Tucson this month, and I'm going to ask the judge specifically to, consider his lawyers served if he's not present, since he's represented. But he even makes a good point that I think in his mind, if he went to the same court where he has the injunction filed against him, as he's seeking that, he knows that the court can see the records and would tell him and inform him legally that he has an injunction against him. So I think Eva has that spot on.
Yeah, I think she does as well. I didn't realize it was the same place. That makes a lot of sense why it was taken out there, probably. I'm very upset to hear that the juice is disrespectful. No word. Leanne, sure. Sure, I could use the help. My email is whiteboylockdownradio@yahoo.com. If you could send me whatever there, I would appreciate it. I have a portal to Mr. Rick. I can send him everything. So yeah, I'll send it. Initially I tried. I wanted my thought would be I could pay, get this thing, just put a motion in or something to dismiss it. But you can't. So in Florida, when you get hit with one of these things, you have to go with your lawyer and appear in court. Like I can't. The lawyer can't go on my behalf. I have to go. Everyone has to be there, and that's just the way that it goes. Yep, it is what it is. So the lawyer that I have, I'll tell everybody because I'm gonna wrap this live up here in a minute. But I guess I'll say this, right? He had a situation where somebody used guns, okay? Guns. And the other party, put a restraining order on the guy with the guns that used the guns. They sided with the guy with the guns over the person who was on the receiving end. I know that sounds crazy. I know that it might not make sense, but he was confirming that because of this and a few different statutes, that this whole thing is just, and that's why I decided, okay, we're going to do this, right? And so that's what I can tell everybody for a good positive thing. Because I don't know if I'm going to do another video or live until Wednesday or Thursday. I'll probably got to do another follow-up live coming home from Pasco County, guys. So I'm not sure. Be on the lookout. I'm not sure. Maybe I will. But yeah, I think I want to wrap this one up, man. You want my copy?
Appreciate you having me on, man. Let me know Monday if you'd like me there in court, even if you're not calling me as a witness or your lawyer doesn't want me as a witness, which I would think that your lawyer probably wants me there as a witness. But if you just want someone to support you and be there, let me know what's good and sufficient for you, man.
I would imagine he is gonna call you, but it's weird, dude, because I've been telling him and trying to send him so many things pertaining to this, and he's like I don't really need it. But there's something about you being there, with me that day, and then days later, what unfolded at the airport, right? And the fact that the courts are being utilized for protection, where we can clearly see, how this, what really happened. That and that there's a court date and this and that I think is important. So he may reach out for that, but I don't know, Nerdy. I don't. From what I could tell, he and I'll talk to you off here. He doesn't need it. He thinks that there's a lot of this whole thing is hearsay and it's a bunch of hoopla. I agree with it, and he's attacking this very legally. And with that said,
lawyer. Exactly. I told you the same thing.
Yeah.
People want to throw everything at these judges, right? And your lawyer is exactly right. Like, you guys have a whole lot of documentation and exhibits that go on for days. But at the end of the day, a judge wants you there to know what you meant by something, right? Let's just say, as an example, JLR put in his filing that white boy said that he wants me fucked, or I'm going to be fucked. Like, let's just say, and the judge is going to say, what did you mean by that? And you're going to say, well, I meant he's going to be fucked legally. And, you know, as long as you're not saying it in a way that meant that he was going to be threatened or hurt or harmed. And really, at the end of the day, that's all judges care about in these things. Like, is there a viable threat? Is this harassment? And I think your lawyer is spot on. Legally, you have the right to speak. Legally, you have the right to criticize. You know, and the court system isn't to be used to stop criticism. That's exactly what he's trying to do. So I think you'll be okay. Offer stands. If you need me, I'll be there. If not, just let me know what you need. And Eva and I are here to support you, as well as Nerd Mafia. So appreciate you having me on, man.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate everything y'all did. Here's my 2 cents. I think you should go live at the bare minimum once a day, all weekend, to push the fundraiser, because that's not a bad idea, Barry Poppins. Maybe I will do that. Maybe I'll just do maybe we will. That's actually a really good idea. At least for a little bit on each day. That's a really good idea. So maybe we will. You know what? I'm actually going to take your advice on that, and I'm going to put together some sort of lives. I don't know what. I have a couple things in the back of my head that we can talk about and do. But yeah, I am going to do that. But yeah, otherwise, I got to double check on Monday. I think I have court. I have court Wednesday or Thursday, either one of those days. I will be live after the court date, obviously, and I'll be in communication with Nerdy. Y'all should be following his channel. Y'all should be following his Twitter, and so you can, you know, get updates through him as well. But yeah, that's about it, guys. Just wanted to chop it up and kind of let you know where I'm at. And really, that's it.
Can you hear me, Matt?
Thank you. Yeah.
I just want to address someone in your chat said, Chelsea. She says, why can't y'all focus on Magnolia, not yourselves? That's where we started, Chelsea, right? That's where we started, focusing on Magnolia. And I'm going to throw Chad into the mix, because that's what Chad was doing on X every single day, tweeting justice for Magnolia and why, right? The reasons why that Magnolia deserved justice from this man and calling out JLR's actions. And so the reason we can't focus on her right now is because someone's trying to use the justice system to silence people's voices. What you'll notice, Chad hasn't gone out on X and spoken about any of this, because he now has a pending injunction against JLR. So it's kind of hard to focus on other people when you're trying to be silenced by a court system. So I just wanted to address that before I go. Everyone have a good night. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to those around you. I love you, white boy. Have a good night, man.
You too. Thank you, Nerdy and Eva. Chelsea, just to follow up on what Nerdy said, what have you done for Magnolia? What have you done? You've done nothing. You haven't shared a video. You haven't hashtagged on your personal social media, Justice for Magnolia. You haven't shared any of her photos. You have done nothing. But you are so opinionated. You're literally up here asking the 2 people who literally held a protest, advocated. Do you know how many people I spoke about domestic violence? 98% of them were women when I was out there. Did you watch any of that? I can't stand people like yourself. And I'm not going to give you too much time, because it's just, but it needs to be said, because you haven't done shit. You haven't done nothing. You're a woman. You're a woman. You have done nothing. It's wild. It is wild. But a lot of people say that, and it's just like, people have, social media is weird to me. Like, people think they have all the sense. People think they have all the answers. At the end of the day, you as a person do more. You as a person do better. It's just that simple. It's not hard to be on this thing and try to do right. But what have you done? You've done dog shit. You've literally done dog shit. Dog shit. Jim, a mannequin, did 90 times more than you. But you have an issue with me and the person who literally did a protest for you know what's wild, Chelsea? This is how deep this goes. Somebody, I don't even know who you are. Somebody in your family has been a victim / survivor of domestic violence. Somebody in your family has, or somebody in your family has done domestic violence. But so what are you talking about? You haven't done nothing.
It's just somebody who wants to make a fucking noise.
You I don't even know who you are. You damn sure didn't chip in nothing. You didn't even hit the like. What all you did was subscribe to leave your lame comment. But this is why, y'all, my mind frame, I just have fell back off the internet for a few days. I'm tired of Chelsea's. I'm tired of everybody telling me that I can go get this money back after I put it. No. I'm tired of everybody telling me I can use legal aid. No. I'm tired of everybody having the answers, nobody willing to help. Not that they're obligated to. People attacking people who are willing to help me. It's just like, stop it. Time out. So that's just what I did. But I'm going to get off here, man. We'll be live again. Fuck Chelsea. And until the next one. What's up, guys? Hope you enjoyed the video. Do me a favor, hit that like. Subscribe to my clip channel at White Boy Radio Clips. And in the description box is the link to be a member. Become a member if you can. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Stay safe. Stay smart. Peace.